Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Design with Rusbe. Continuing with CSWA Practice Problems, today we'll work on question 7.6. Let's take a look at this question. So in this question, unit of measurement is millimeter gram second. Like always, we need to ensure you're using the same unit of measurement in SolidWorks setting. Now, looking at this question, we have the front view, 3D model, and top view. My preference is to focus on the front view. I'm going to make a 2D sketch of this geometry, and then I will extrude that to make a 3D model. Then after that, I will focus on making this hole and these two slots. And finally, I will take care of the chamfer in the corners and the fillet. So with this introduction, let's jump into SolidWorks and start modeling this part. In SolidWorks, first we need to check unit of measurement, and you can see that we have millimeter gram second, which is a correct unit of measurement. Now click on a sketch, and choose front plane. Click on Align command, and let's start from center point of the geometry. Go to right, go up, going here, going up again, then to the right, going up, going to the left, going down, and here is the geometry. First of all, according to the geometry, we can see that this line and this line should be in line, so we can use collinear. Now, the distance between this side and this point should be 150. Distance from top to bottom should be 180. The width of this section should be 20 millimeter. And if you look at the drawing, you can see that there's a hint, and they're saying that the thickness is overall same. So that means this should be 20 millimeter as well, and this should be 20 millimeter as well. And finally, the distance between this line and this line should be 80 millimeter. And now you can see that we have a fully defined geometry. So click on Feature, click on Extrude Bus. And because it's kind of a symmetric geometry, I changed this option to midplane. And for the thickness, I'm going to use 60 millimeter. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's the base of the geometry. Now let's focus on making a cutout. Click on a sketch, and choose this top surface. Let's make a circle here. I want this center point to be in line with the center point of the geometry, so I choose horizontal. The diameter of the circle should be 35 millimeter. And the distance between the center point to the right side should be 30 millimeter. And now you can see that I have a fully defined geometry. Click on Feature, click on Extrude Cut. And for the cut option, I'm going to go with Through All, because I want to also cut the bottom side. Click on OK, and that's it. Now let's focus on making this slot shape. Click on a sketch, and choose this top surface. Click on the slot command, and let's make a slot like this. I want the center line to be in line with the origin of the geometry, so that should be coincident. I know the radius of this slot is 7 millimeter, and the distance between this center point and this point should be 40 millimeter. Now here, as you can see, the geometry is not fully defined. Let's see why. If I grab this point, I can move it right and left. Okay, so basically we need to add a dimension to fix it. According to the question, the distance between this center point and the center point of this circle should be 35 millimeter. And now we have a fully defined geometry. Click on Feature, click on Extrude Cut, and change this one to up to next, because we don't want to go all the way to this bottom surface. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's the first cutout. Now for the second one, it's an easy geometry, so you can make a sketch and cut it out, or you can use linear pattern. Because the purpose of this chapter is to help you understand linear pattern and circular pattern, I'm going to use linear pattern command. So from Feature, click on Linear Pattern, and now the slot is selected. All I need to do is to choose a direction. For the direction, I'm going to use this line, and now you can see the preview. The distance we need between these two slots should be 105 millimeter. And you can see that the direction is wrong, so click on this arrow, reverse direction, and now you can see the preview. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's the second cutout. So now we have everything. All we need to do is to add fillet and chamfer. First, let's just start with the fillet. According to the geometry, we need 10mm fillet. So from feature, click on fillet command. 10mm is good. Select this corner. Select this corner. And this corner. And click on OK, and that's it. So that's the fillet we need. Now let's focus on a chamfer. From feature, click on the drop down menu and choose chamfer. 10mm and 45 degrees, good. All you need to do is to select this edge, this one, this one, and this one. So 6 edges, and click on OK, and that's it. That's basically the final geometry. So now it's time to check the volume and make sure that this model is correct. Let's go back to the question and check the final answer. In the question, you can see the total volume here. The total volume is 554,821 cubic millimeters. Let's go back to SolidWorks and check the volume for our model. In SolidWorks, in order to check the volume, you can click on Evaluate and then Mass Properties. And here you can see the total volume. The total volume that we have is 554,820.8 cubic millimeters. If you round up this number, you're going to get exactly the same answer as shown in the question, which is showing our model is correct and there's no problem with it. Okay, awesome. That's it. That's a wrap for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comment about this video, please leave comments down below. Thanks again for watching. My name is Rusbe. Hope to see you again soon in the next video.